I'm Paul, the Happy Gilder. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to go over the process of glass scalloping. So what that is, I'll just show you an example of one that I've made before. So it's basically the process of creating this nice ridged effect on the edge of a piece of glass. So it's quite a simple process, and you only really need one tool, which is this. Now this particular one is from a company called Gilding, but you can get other variants. If you have a look on Google and type in glass scalloping tool or glass scalloping pliers, you can find them. Annoyingly, they're a little bit difficult to get hold of in the UK. You can order them from abroad, but you have to pay quite a lot in import charges and shipping. But I suppose it really depends on how much you're going to use it as to whether it's worth the investment. So what I've got here is a piece of 6mm thick plate glass, and that's clean cut, so there's no kind of no finishing on the edges, so you have to be careful when you handle this. And I've marked off little bits where we're going to do the scalloping, and these are at 1/4 inch intervals. And it's best to kind of measure to the midpoint first and then measure out from there in 1/4 inch intervals, just so that it looks even when it's finished. So to get started, we want the glass on a flat surface with something underneath it to stop it from scratching. And I've rested this on there just to show you what angle this needs to be at, and that needs to be set to between 12 and 15 degrees. Now that can be adjusted by this screw here, and it will depend on the thickness of the glass. This 6mm glass, it's set about right, but if I was then going to use a 4mm plate glass, I'd have to adjust this to make sure that it was between 12 and 15 degrees on that. So I'm going to start at the corners and put some pressure on this. And the motion that I'm looking for isn't like a huge jerk like this. It's kind of get it locked in and then quick just jerk down with a slight bit of pressure, but not too much. Now you need to keep good pressure on this, because if that flips up like that, you're likely to crack the glass. You also don't want to do this too slowly, because if you do it and then just slowly squeeze it down, you're likely going to cause a split through the glass. So good pressure, decent, snap down, but not too hard, because it's not necessary. And one more thing. And that's your nice scalloped edge that you get. Now there are quite little rough bits in here, so with a kind of really fine grit of sandpaper, you can clean those up just by rubbing that in there. But I'm going to go ahead and do that all the way around, and then that's ready for kind of whatever you want to do with it, like glue chipping, acid etching. And that's it. The whole piece from start to finish took about 10 minutes. That's from marking it up and then scalloping all 4 sides. And this is it. Just really nice effect, and it's completely fine to touch that. A couple of other bits I forgot to mention, the first one being about the tool, which is very important that the distance that this little chipping bit sticks out from the edge is quite precise. But luckily, all you need is a credit card to get that right. And it's just the thickness of a credit card is how far that should be sticking out. Secondly, I would avoid doing it on mirrored glass. The paint on the back of a mirror is quite strong. It's sometimes got lead in it, and I know that there's also a layer of copper between the lead paint and the mirror, and it might not seem a lot, but every time I've tried to use my scalloping tool on a mirror, it's sort of made a right mess of it. It splinters, sometimes cracks right through the mirror. I've just never had any joy with it. That's not to say that you won't, but just thought I'd give that bit of advice. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe and click the little thumbs up icon, and please share it with anyone else who you think might like it. So till next time, cheers.